Are you a business owner looking to secure your financial future and create a lasting legacy? I'm Leah Garcia, a financial strategist and insurance professional, and I specialize in guiding businesses with up to 50 employees on how to effectively protect and transfer their wealth. We break down silos with my unique approach, the Wall of Wealth. Imagine a seamless collaboration among your CPA, tax attorney, estate planner, and insurance expert, each playing their part in perfect harmony, ensuring your financial strategy is not just effective, but a true masterpiece. My passion stems from my own journey, from growing up on food stamps to dreaming of building community centers that empower others. Together, we'll craft a roadmap that not only safeguards your assets, but also nurtures generational wealth for your loved ones. Let's transform your vision into reality. After all, you can't measure the heart of a champion just by looking at them. Join me, and let's make your financial future shine.
And we are live. Welcome to this episode of Wealthy Wednesday. Today is going to be fire. I'm telling you, it is going to be copious notes. You're going to want to ask your questions live because my guest speaker is a world-renowned entrepreneur. I'm telling you, this is a man I had to beg, borrow, and steal his children in order to get him with us here today. Okay, so don't take this lightly. This is going to be a life-changing event for you. So come on in, champions. Come on in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We are streaming live on Facebook. We are streaming live on YouTube. We are streaming live on LinkedIn. So let me know where you are in your neck of the woods and where you're catching us live from. And if you're on Team Replay, we love you too. Let us know you're catching this on Team Replay. Well, I'm very, very honored to have our guest speaker. And I usually do an edification. And that's one of the things that I love about doing this show is doing the edification. But sometimes my guest speakers deserve a story. And my guest speaker today is no exception. He absolutely deserves a story. So give me one in the chat. Give me one in the chat if you are praying and hoping for an opportunity. If you just know, if you just got that opportunity, if you just had this little window, right? Emmett Smith used to ask him, how do you go through all of these defenders and then you come out on the other side? And he said, I just look for a little daylight. I just look for a little glimpse. And how many of you are hoping and praying for that little daylight that you knew if you had an opportunity, it would explode your business? Well, I'm going to tell you, this is how I met my guest speaker today. I met him through his coaching and sales coaching, incredible classes. And after the classes were over, he said, you know what, Leah, I have an idea, but it's not going to work. I said, okay, well, try me. What is it? He says, well, I want to start these events, but it's at 7 a.m. Eastern, which means it would be 4 a.m. your time. So that's not going to work. I said, you know what? I can't commit to that every day, but I can do that one day. Listen, my mentor taught me you can do anything one time. Anyone could do anything one time. And I said, okay, I can do that one day a week. He goes, okay. So we started it. It was an audio. Mind you, I was not looking for a 4 a.m. opportunity. Okay. So when we started it, I would talk for just a few minutes and that was it. So I thought, okay, well, I could get up at like 3:30. I would go into my car and I would talk for a few minutes and then I was done. I could go back to bed. No big deal, right? No big deal. Yeah. How many of you would do that? How many of you would see that as your opportunity? And then he says, you know what, Leah, I'm going to invite more guest speakers. So now it's going to be longer. I said, okay, how am I going to do this? All right, Leah, how are you going to figure this out? So I started to go into my garage, right? So I don't disturb everybody else. Okay, I could be out there for an hour, no big deal. And then he says, see, this is how some people do this. They sneak up on you. He says, well, now we're not going to just do it audio. Guess what? We are going live video. Okay, live video, which means I got to get up and do my hair and makeup. So 3:30 became 3 o'clock, became 2:30 in the morning. So now I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? But you know what? I'm a champion. And so are you. And champions always find a way. So now I come into my office at 2:30 in the morning to do my hair and makeup just so I could be on Motivation Monday at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to tell you what, when I started doing this, I had so many people that told me, Leah, why are you going to do that? Are you crazy? What are you thinking? How are you going to do that? You're going to disturb your neighbors. You're going to wake up everybody in the household. You're not going to be able to do the rest of your day if you're up at that time. Like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? And I said, you know what? Yes, I am, because crazy people rule the world. I understand that if I do things that most people won't, I will have things that most people don't. And so I believe that, listen, this was my opportunity. And by the way, here's the thing. People started telling me, are they compensating? It's like, is he paying you to be on that show? Like, why are you doing this? They don't understand what's happened for me. Listen, it is not always about monetary exchange. This is an exchange principle. I'm exchanging my time and some sleep for something else of equal or greater value. The value that I've received from this, you can't even quantify. It has really nothing to do with money, but it has everything to do with money. And this is what I mean by that. It has given me a platform to speak to people that I would never meet because of this platform. It has given me an opportunity to mastermind with other high-level top people in their industry, experts in their industry. We have so much fun on that show. And it's given me an opportunity to take myself to that next level. Listen, I was always a speaker, but I would speak by myself in the bathroom, in the shower, on the car driving. Like, I was always speaking because I was practicing for my opportunity. And guess what? Sometimes those opportunities don't come packaged the way that we think. They come packaged in something that is a thing that you don't want to do. And let me tell you, folks, I love to sleep in. Okay, I'm not a morning person, but guess what? Man plans and God laughs. God says, listen, you don't like to get up early. Guess what? I'm going to invite you to talk at 4 a.m. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Are you smelling what I'm cooking? Listen, this today is going to be life-changing for somebody. I don't know who it is. If you are a speaker, you are wanting to be a speaker, you are praying and hoping for that opportunity. Today is your opportunity. I'm telling you. So come on in. I want you to get your notepads, grab your favorite beverage, and I want you to invite 3 people that you know that are speakers, coaches, are there looking for guest speaking opportunities, because today is going to be life-changing. And so without further ado, I want you to give it up. Please welcome my incredible guest speaker. I call him Mr. Eric F. King of collaboration. And with that, we're going to hear, and the crowd goes wild for you, Mr. Eric F. King. Come on up.
All right. You see me okay?
We see you great. You're good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I watch you all the time. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Eric. So, you're so professional. You're always so put together. But what I love about Motivation Monday is that I get to see you behind the camera and your goofy self. And I think that you've really given me that opportunity to really embrace all of me. Because at 4 a.m., you can't be anybody else but yourself. I mean, yes. You can practice anything. Listen, sometimes I mess up. It's 4 a.m. Okay. But you have to be you. And I want to know, like, what is really keeps you motivated to do these collaborations? Because I would love to say that I'm the only one in your collaborations, that it's all about me. But I know that you do so many collaborations and masterminds. Like, that's very unique, because it could be all about the Eric Show. You don't need to invite any of us. So I want to know, what is really your core philosophy that really creates, like, you always wanting to create cultures of events with people?
Yeah. Well, I believe, something that Zig Ziglar said many years ago: if you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want. Right. So, when I was getting on this call, it was odd to me because I wasn't edifying you, because I'm used to edifying people. Right. I just found over the years that my business grew much faster when I'm working with other people and I'm helping other people grow. Because, then people help me as well. And so it's just a formula that's worked for me, and I keep doing it.
Yeah, that's so great. When you create space for other people,
Mhm.
the universe will magically create space for you.
Yes,
Like so
absolutely.
many doors I know that you've had, and you're a very, very humble man. And that's one of the things that we all love about you. But I know that you've had so much success in your sales coaching, author, speaker. And so, what is at the core of? Did you always want to be a speaker?
No, not at all. I was a very shy boy, little boy. When I was in high school, the only reason I actually got in front of my class is my teacher forced me to speak. Right? I was always in the back of the class, and he just said, he said he sees some leadership qualities in me, and he wanted me to start speaking. And I remember shaking like violently, right? But eventually I started getting better because I started doing it more, and through the experience I got better. But yeah, so I didn't like to be in front of people. I never thought I would get into sales. I didn't like sales. I didn't like salespeople, right? I just thought it wasn't for me. I wanted to be behind the scenes. That's really what my goal was.
And what brought you out of behind the scenes?
Well, when I was in high school, like I said, the teacher made me a class captain, so I had to speak. And then when I got to college, I was a marketing major, so I wanted to get into advertising. Now, of course, that's behind the scenes, right? I'm not the one that's in front of the camera. But when I got my first job with Xerox, they put me in sales. They said, "Well, you have to do 2 years in sales before we can put you in the marketing department." And that's how I found myself in sales. And that was horrible for the first 60 days. I almost got fired. But then someone advised me to find a mentor, someone that sells the way I'm comfortable selling. And that's how I met my first mentor, and he showed me the ropes. And I learned that selling is not about convincing people to get what they don't need. It's about helping people get what they already need, and just giving them options on how to do it. And then once you do that, they're happy with it, and then you can get referrals, and it goes from there. But it's really about making friends and helping them get what they want.
Yeah, I love that. So now you've really evolved and blossomed into your speaker events that you host. That has been incredible. We're watching you, and we are participating from a spectator. We get to enjoy those speakers that you bring in from all over the world. So
Yes.
how did you come up with that? Since now you're a guest speaker, how did you
Yeah.
come up with showcasing other guest speakers? And it's a studio, like a Tony Robbins type of studio where they see all the people on Zoom. Like, how did you come up with that?
It actually happened by accident, right? So I just wanted to speak on more stages, and I'll get into that a little later. Because one thing I believe that if you want more people to know what you do, you have to speak on other stages, right? And I got on podcasts. I did online summits, and then I went to a Tony Robbins event where he had his speakers come up on stage in the studio speaking. They were there live. The audience was on Zoom, and I just found out to be so unique, so different. I've never seen anything like it. And I applied to actually speak on the stage, and I was denied. Actually, they didn't even call me back. So it was worse than being denied, right? And for me, I see setbacks as an opportunity to pivot, right? So I decided, okay, you know what? Maybe I have to create one myself if he won't let me speak on his. One of the best things that ever happened to me is he did not let me speak on his stage, because if he did, I would have been happy with that. But I had to find a stage to speak on. And when I did, it was so empowering, because when I gave my speech, I had a lot of people that booked a call. I think it was like 36 people, and I saw how powerful that is, and I knew that other speakers, coaches, and authors need this. That's when I partnered with a couple of friends of mine, and we started this, and yeah, it's been growing ever since. Now every day we get inquiries about speaking on our stage.
Yeah, that's so good because so many times we're waiting for that opportunity, but we can create our own opportunity. And that's
Yes.
what I did with this show. I had three friends that agreed to be guest speakers. It was Chesda, Cassandra Terry, and Camille.
Okay.
And I said, I'm going to start this event. Will you be my guest speakers? And I had no idea what would happen after that. I had three shows for sure, right?
Wow.
And I was saying I was going to do this every single week. And guess what? I've been doing this now for over a year, about a year and a half. Every single week we come here. I have all kinds of different speakers who are able to come on and speak. And I just really enjoy doing it because I love to edify others.
Yeah.
And for me, it gives me an opportunity to really do that. And like you alluded to earlier, it always comes back to you. And I think that's what's really missed, is that people are looking for, sometimes they call it a win-win. I gave to you, now you give to me. I gave to you, now you give to me. It doesn't, let me tell you guys, win-win does not work that way. You may give, and then you get.
Yes.
And it might not even be from that one person.
Exactly.
So how did you learn that? Was that something that you learned as a child? I'm curious.
Well, to tell you the truth, it came later in my career. When I started out, I was just like everybody else. I just want to make money. And I figured, I just have to work hard to make money. But then later on, I realized that collaboration gets you much further than trying to beat your competition, as they say, right? I'll give you a story. So one guy, his name is Shay Brown. He's a sales coach. He's really good, really a great sales coach.
He was on your event.
Yes, he spoke. Yes. And when I edified him, I brought him on stage. I said, one of the best sales coaches I know. And after he spoke, someone that works for me, she contacted me. She said, you were talking about him like he's better than you. Isn't he your competition? And I said, I don't believe in competition. I said, I don't believe in that. I said, look, I want him to be successful. There are more potential clients out here than him and I can ever reach. And so I just did it out of the goodness of my heart. And guess what? Some of the people that have worked with him before watched the episode and ended up speaking on my stage, paying me to speak on my stage. And I didn't plan it. I didn't plan it at all. But it's funny, like, oh, we saw our mentor Shay Brown on your stage, and we'd like to know how we can be on and how we can get on your stage. And I wasn't even planning it. So that's just an example of how it works.
Right. Yeah. And I think that when we can check our ego at the door and really come in and be a tabula rasa, be willing to live. I come every Monday as a guest speaker, but I always come as a student. I learned so much from your events, so much from my co-highs, right? My other speakers, and also from everybody in the audience who engages, their golden nuggets that they share. So let's say somebody is not even thinking about guest speaking, but they have a product, they have something that they're doing, and they know they have to talk to more people. What would be some wisdom that you would share with them?
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, I would say that they want to become an authority in whatever they do. Okay. They want to build authority, and building authority is basically you are showing people that you are the go-to expert. Now, some people, that word scares people, like, oh, I'm not an expert. If you know more than most people, you're an expert, right? You know more than like you are an expert in finance and financial stuff, right? Life insurance and investing. You know way more than me. Even when you started, you probably knew more than me, right? So you're an expert. So once you are an expert, then people are more likely to trust you, right? Because people have to know, like, and trust you to buy, right? So the trust comes from you becoming an expert. You want to become an authority in one thing, and then you want to show up online over and over, showing that you are that authority. A jack of all trades is a master of none. A lot of people say, well, Eric, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, but then they never get any traction, right? Because people don't see them as an expert in anything, right? So remember, education, right, plus visibility equals expertise. You want to give people education, so you want to give them valuable information, and then you want to be visible, that is going out and speaking, and that equals expertise, and that's how you start. Okay, you start with that. And by the way, everything I teach, I've done, right? Like I know nowadays people just chat GPT everything. Well, everything I teach, I've done. I got online in 2019. It's less than 6 years ago. And now I'm like all over, right? It's because everything I do, everything I say, I've done every day for those 6 years, right? So that's the first thing. And then the second thing you must do is you must speak on other people's stages, okay? A great example is what I'm doing right now. I'm on your stage, right? You speak on my stage, right? And the reason why I harp on this is people are used to doing, lives, right? Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and that's great. But even if you do lives every single day, most of the time you are talking to the same people. You may have a few new people that join, but most of the time you're speaking to the same people. So you have to separate yourself from most of other coaches and speakers and authors and all of that, and speak on other people's stages. Because when you do that, those people that own the stage, they edify you, right? So now you are, now people see you as the expert. They see that you have credibility, right? And that once you have that instant credibility, more people will want to either buy from you or put you on their stages, right? So speaking on other people's, and it could be podcasts, it can be summits, it could be, studio events, whatever it is. Even though I run events, I still speak on other people's stages. I was in New York last month, and I was on 4 podcasts, right? Wow. People are like, well, Eric, you're on podcast too? Yeah. Yeah, why not, right? So yeah, speaking on other people's stages is very important, and it will get your message out to the masses, right? Because now new people will see you and they'll be like, wow, I never heard of him before. I never heard of her before. So.
Yeah. And for me, what I find too is that people get to see you in different ways because you're highlighting, or whoever's interviewing you is going to highlight other things about you that other speakers may not. And speaking of highlighting people, I want to highlight a few of our people who've come to join us, and a lot of them I've met through you, Mr. Eric. Gregory, thank you for joining us. He owns an incredible securities company. He's actually going to be a guest speaker on my show. I watched this young man go from zero to hero. When I met him, he was just getting started in his security business, and now he has over 50 full-time employees. I call that incredible. Miss Sharon, Mosquito Girl, I met her through this speaking event. Ordelia, thank you for joining us. Calm, Michael, thank you for joining us. LinkedIn user who I know is my good friend, Morris Brown. He was a guest speaker on my show. Authors children books that showcases parks all in Southern California. And Miss Laverne, we serve her almost every Monday on Motivation Monday at 4 a.m. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you so much. And who could forget? We could never go without our Coral. We all need our daily dose of Coral. If you don't know Coral, you've got to get to know Coral. She's an incredible highlighter, and she's just somebody that has the energy that you just want to be around. Yes. And Meryl, my good friend Meryl, thank you for joining us. So many friends, so many old friends. We appreciate you so much. So, one of my favorite quotes is by Cassandra Terry. She's the voice within that wins. That's what she talks about. The voice within wins. And she says, you've got to be willing to do it scared, do it with shaky legs, do it even if your voice trembles. And I think that it's those of us who have the courage to do the things, even when we don't know the how. You want to be a guest on a podcast, start your own podcast. You want to be having a author, showcasing authors, and write your own book. Like, you got to be willing to do it first. So let's say somebody is a little bit more seasoned and they feel like they're the expert, even if it is they have deemed themselves the expert, right? If they don't have those expert, quote unquote, credentials. Yes, and now they've been on a few events. They feel like they've kind of got a little momentum. What would be the next things that they need to do? Okay. Now they've kind of done maybe for a year, let's say, something like that.
Okay. Well, I would say speak on my stage. Because I can help you take it to a whole new level, right? So you've done podcasts, you've gone out there, you're an authority. You want to have the assets that you can use when you speak. In other words, information where people can grab, right? Your ebook or you want to have an offer, maybe your coaching or your course. You want to have something that you can sell. Right. And why? Because people will want more when you're speaking and they're hearing you and they're all inspired. If you don't have anything, it's like giving someone, appetizer, salad. And then they're like, well, so where's the steak? Well, I don't give you dinner. I just give you the appetizer. Right. So you have to have the dinner. So what I always recommend is create an offer, right? Whether it's a coaching program, a course, some kind of offer that where people can buy it and they'll get value, and in return you make money. Yes, I said it. You make money, right? Because a lot of people say, I just want to help people. Well, let me tell you something. If you're broke, you're not helping anybody. Trust me, I know, because I've been broke before. So I hope it's okay to say that, especially on your show, that
Absolutely. Eric, I always say like this is the gloves off, the real deal conversation. And yes, money doesn't buy happiness, but broke doesn't buy anything. I said it absolutely. And you are on point. If you're not getting commerce in some form or fashion, then you're not having an impact.
Yes.
You're really not. And even if that commerce is not to benefit you, maybe that commerce is to donate it to your synagogue. Maybe that commerce is to donate it and start your own foundation. Maybe that commerce is to do something that's, that is near and dear to your heart. But in some way, if you're having an impact, you will know that you're benefiting somebody financially.
Absolutely. And one thing I do want to say, it doesn't have to be a product you created. Right. Because it's important to say that, because for many years I sold other people's products. Like I started with Xerox selling copiers. Right. I've been in affiliate marketing. I've been in network marketing. Right. So it's OK. Right. If you're selling a product or a service that you believe in, it's helping people. That's fine. But I was generating a commission. And then when it was time, I realized, OK, it's time now for me to be a founder and create my own business. But, either way, as long as you believe in what you do and you're helping people, you need to have some kind of offer. And then once you have that and you're going out to speak, then you can monetize your speaking, right? You can monetize it. And that's important. And there are two ways, right? Number one is you can go and speak at an event where they let you sell from stage, right? Where they actually let you sell your offer, right? But sometimes they don't. And in that case, what you want to do is you want to give out free information that can help people. And then they join your email list, and then you can start sharing more information with them, right? So let's say you give them an ebook, something where they can grab, they can get information, they can learn from it. Now they're getting to know, like, and trust you because you gave them something. And then what you do is you send them a series of emails, right? So when you get my ebook, you will get a series of emails with more information. Right. So now you're getting to know, like, and trust me. Then when I ask you to come to my event, you're more likely to show up because you're like, I know this guy. I've been seeing his videos. I've been seeing his emails. Right. And then when I share an offer, you're more likely to buy or at least think about it. Right. Because of that. Right. So it's a gradual progression that's important, because most people, they don't understand that. They get online and they just want to make money right away. And they wonder why nobody's clicking, nobody's buying, because people don't usually buy the second they see. So
that's so good. And just a friendly reminder, if you have an ebook, you have a podcast, go ahead and share it in the comments. This is your opportunity here to network with each other. I love it when I see you are greeting each other like Laverne knows Ardelia. And I just absolutely love that, because I truly believe it's about networking. So many times I have connections on LinkedIn and I invite them to a coffee chat. And then they say, well, why do you want to have a coffee chat? Like, what do you want? What do you want to try to sell me? I'm like, I thought we were networking. Let's have a call and get to know each other. So this is really good stuff, so that if you don't have to have something that is unique. And I love that you said that, because I think that most of us might start there, where we're showcasing or highlighting or selling somebody else's product. And I think through that, you will find your unique proposition, because I truly believe that the more you speak your mind, the more you're going to grow your mind. I think one of the biggest mistakes that I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs make is that before they've done anything, they invest on a website and colors and all these things, and it looks all beautiful. And then they finally get online and they start talking about the thing, but then they realize their thing is really something else, right? Yeah. So I think go ahead and do it with shaky legs. Do it when you don't have it all figured out. People want to see the journey. If you look back through my show, you're going to see the first journey, right? I was shaky legs. Yes. And that's okay, because now they know that I'm being my authentic self. Yeah. So who's your authentic self, Eric?
Who's my authentic self? That's a great question. So for me, I'm always myself. When you see me, you know what you see is what you get. Right. Because I believe that if I pretend, right, if I pretend to you today, tomorrow I forget to pretend, then you're like, okay, you're a different person. Right. So I believe, integrity is important. You should be yourself wherever you go, and believe in what you believe in. Right. One of the things I like, for instance, my stage, some of the people that contact me, they want to speak about a topic that I don't believe in, or I don't resonate with, right? It goes against my values. So I say no, right? One lady specifically asked me, she said she would pay me double what I charge if I let her speak on my stage to talk about how she believes witchcraft is a better alternative to Christianity. And I said, I don't care if you gave me $1 million, you can't do that on my stage, because I'm a Christian and I'm a believer and I don't believe in that, right? And she thought it was a weird thing to say, right? But sometimes you have to be weird. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, right? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You gotta have some principles. And when you have that, and people get to trust you more. And then again, it helps you in business too, because they're like, this guy or this lady, she stands for something, right? And people will be able to refer business to you, right? So I'm not sure if that's what you wanted, but again, I'm myself, right? That's what I believe.
No, that's exactly my point, is that you have to be the same person on stage and off stage. And one of the things that when I first started doing these videos and stuff, somebody told me, actually many people told me, Leah, you move your hands too much. Stop talking with your hands. And so I tried doing videos and I would literally almost sit on my hands. And then it was like I couldn't talk. And I said, you know what, forget it. I'm a hand talker. If you don't like this hand talking here, you're definitely going to not want to meet me in person. You're definitely not going to want to have a coffee chat with me, because I'm going to probably be doing that distracting thing that you think is distracting, right? You have to just do you, and your tribe will find you.
Exactly. And sorry to cut you off. I want to say this before I forget. One of the things that I think is so important nowadays is doing videos. And I know you do videos, you do your minute videos. I forgot exactly what you call it, but when
1 minute. Yeah. Yes, or minute.
Yeah. And you have your prompt and your handout. So powerful, by the way. That's so powerful. But anyway, when you do videos, understand that there are two groups of people. There's a group of people that support you. They want you to do well. They'll share, right? They believe in you. It doesn't matter what you wear or how bad your lighting is. It doesn't matter, right? They're all for it. Or they just want to learn from you, right? So that's one group. And then there's another group that they don't like anything about you. They don't like the way you look. No, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. They don't like your hair. They don't like your lighting. They don't even like what you talk about.
Oh my
gosh. It wasn't supposed to be a joke, but I guess it was funny. So they don't like anything about you. They don't even want you to succeed. They just want your business to fold up, right? But here's the deal. When you are speaking about your business or your given value, understand that when you decide, I'm going to stop doing videos or I'm not going to do them anymore because you're concerned about the second group of people, then you're hurting yourself, you're hurting the people you can bless, and you're hurting your family because of the benefits that you can receive from actually doing these videos. So stop focusing on the wrong group of people. Focus on the right group of people that love you anyway. It doesn't matter how you show up, right? And sometimes I'm talking and I make a mistake. I don't do the video over. I'd like, look, if you're gonna stop watching my videos because I make a mistake from time to time, then you're not my tribe, right? So if the second you're able to figure that out, right? I mean, there's nothing you can't do. You could, like, I've probably done 1,000 videos in 4 or 5 years. Why? Because I'm just sharing it with the people that want to see it, right? I'm just sharing it. It gives you that freedom to do what you want to do when you stop worrying about what people think, say, or do. I think that's very important for your audience.
That is so powerful, Eric. And to your point, when I started doing this social media, I thought, hey, it's 4 a.m. Nobody I know in California is going to be up at 4 a.m. Nobody I know is on LinkedIn, right? So I thought, hey, if I mess it up, I muck it up, nobody's going to see it anyway. And then I had this hard lesson a few weeks ago. I did an interview with the incredible Dr. Leland, and she has an I had no idea. She invited me to do a guest speaker. I had no idea she was a micro influencer on YouTube. And so in the middle of this interview, my phone is blowing up. Leah, I didn't know you were on YouTube. Leah, when did you start doing YouTube? Like,
Wow.
I've been doing this stuff for, for a couple of years now. But that is just really, really powerful. Man, you shared a lot of golden nuggets. So let's talk about this speaker. Now, this speaker event.
Yes.
You created this incredible show. It actually has the lighting. You do this whole thing where they get together. You showcase. You make the clips and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like, what is some criteria that you're looking for? And you highlighted a couple of them.
Yes. So to speak on my stage, number one, you have to be an expert at something. So that's a tip. If I go to your website and you do 6 different things, you don't qualify. So I just want you to know that. Number 2, you have to have had some experience speaking about that topic, right? So let's say, like, I've had a couple of people that just graduated college. It's like, I want to start my career in this area. Can I speak on your stage? Unfortunately, not yet, because you would have had to have some experience speaking about it and actually helping people in that area. Because one of the things we do is we give you an award for your past accomplishments, helping people, the audience that you're speaking to, right? So that's the prerequisite. And then also your topic has to be appropriate for the general public, right? It has to be appropriate. A guy contacted me once and he wants to talk about how, his people are being marginalized or over the years. And I said, I don't put people on stage for that, right? I don't put people on stage to talk about anything divisive. No politics. We're not talking about wars. We're not talking about abortion. We don't talk about anything that's divisive. I won't put them on my stage, right? It has to be something that brings value to everybody in general, right? So that's a prerequisite. And also, I'm actually picky about my speakers. Why? Because it's a reflection of me, right? There's a guy that wanted to speak on my stage about a year ago. His website is awesome, very professional and everything. But in his training, he curses a lot. Now, when someone is talking to me privately and they curse, it's not a big deal. We've all heard all those words. It doesn't matter. But that's not me in my business. I don't curse. I don't get on stage and curse. So I'm not going to put you on my stage because you are a reflection of me, right? And he thought it's not a big deal. And I'm like, okay, it's not a big deal to you, but it is for me. So again, you got to believe in something. People will flock to you if they see that you stand for something. But if you just take money for everything, nobody will have any respect. Nobody will have any respect for it. So those are the criteria really to speak on the stage. And then I don't know if you want me to get into it, like how it works.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do a deep dive.
Yeah. So people basically, they go to studiospeaking.com to find out more about it. You'll see clips of people speaking. You'll see testimonials of people, getting leads, getting sales, selling their books, right? Some people have spoken twice on my stage. And then if it's something you think you can do, then you book a call and you apply. And then you'll fill out a short form. I meet with you and we'll talk about it. I'm going to find out what your signature speech is, right? How you help people, right? How you help people. And then then I'll tell you how it works. So basically the day before the speakers come in, we do a reception, a really beautiful reception for them, a red carpet. And then, we have dinner and all of that. So and then they do a tour. So I make sure they do a tour of the studio. They know where they're going to stand, where they're going to look at, the cameras and all that. So they're comfortable the night before. Then the day of is when the speaking starts. A lot of the ladies do hair and makeup early in the morning, right? So we have that. And then we have a transportation company that drives them all over the place, right? So we take them back to the studio. We all have breakfast together, and then the event starts. And I start introducing the speakers one at a time. Okay. And then now we've actually incorporated something else where we're going to be doing interviews later on in the day. Wow. So yeah, we'll interview them. And then we do a photo shoot afterwards. So we go to the hotel, they do a beautiful photo shoot. We take 50 to 100 pictures of each person, right? Beautiful photo shoot. And then again, we go out to dinner. And there's so much you learn when you're around other, high-level coaches, speakers, and authors, right? So we do that. So it's really, really exciting. We just added something this year where everybody that speaks joins my masterclass. So I have a masterclass now for all the speakers that have spoken on my stage, which is over 50 now, almost 60. And then everybody that joins in the future, we're all part of a mastermind where we can network and collaborate. And that's one of the things I talk about in my speech, is the power of networking and collaboration. And one of the great things about these events is they get better and better, because I always take feedback, right? I said, so what did you like and what would you like to change? Right. When we started, I hope the 4 ladies that started with us are not watching this right now. So Kenyatta, Cecilia, the people that started, I hope you're not watching this right now, because we didn't pick you up from the airport. I'm sorry. Back then, you just had to find your way. We pick people up now, right? There's so much we didn't do. Did we even have hair and makeup? I think you had to do your own hair and makeup. So there's a lot that we didn't have, but we just got better and better and better, right? And I always tell people this: how do you know what to provide your audience? You ask them what else do you need, right? We added the magazine. We added that the last I think 2 events ago. So now we feature them on the cover of a magazine, right? So so we just keep adding more and more things, and basically the goal is to give you credibility and to boost your authority. Right. So now when you're done, you have these video clips, which we do for you, that's done for you, of you speaking on a unique stage. You have the pictures, you have the magazine cover, you have an award video showing you that you're an expert, right? So there's so many things that you have coming out of it that really helps you launch your business. And then that's why we have so many testimonials on the site.
Wow. Can you guys say, wow? Is that incredible? Can you imagine all of this? Being treated like a VIP, and they pick you up, they do your hair and makeup, you get all the shorts, and you get invited to it. I think this is the most valuable part of it all, in my humble opinion, is being invited to be in the master class with all the other guest speakers. It's really about those collaborations and those masterminds. You never know what golden nugget that you could pick up. I just picked up a golden nugget from you, right? Which I knew it was Gold Bar. I knew it would happen. You said you added a magazine for guest speakers. I'm going to play with that idea. I'm going to give you credit once or twice, but I always do, Eric, but then how I always do it. Then I'm going to take it and make it my own. It's yours. I'm going to take it and make it my own. I want to highlight this comment by our incredible Nick Agai Galindo. She is actually the creator of Guiding Brilliant Writers, and she helps writers to showcase themselves. She has an incredible book that she just put together with 16 authors, and she just helped Felipe Cofino publish his first children's book. But I want to highlight this comment because she says a closed door means to create your own door to walk through. And I'm going to upgrade that a little bit with Miss Sharon Byrne. She says, when we see those doors, we got to fly right through them, right? Don't kind of walk through it. Don't be a little trepidatious. No, boldly go, fly right through that door. And if the door is not open for you, then open your own door. And that's really what you did, Eric, is you've given people to have a door that they can fly right through and really be showcased and take themselves to a whole nother level that they never even anticipated.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gratifying. Some of the speakers come up to me literally crying because they never believed that they can be in a situation where they're speaking in a studio like that, and where they have a personalized award and all of that stuff. And I just want to be a blessing. Right? I just want to be a blessing to as many people as possible. There's no limit as to where we can take this. Someone asked me a year back. She said, so this is like she said, this is like TED Talk. Oh, I said, no, it's much better than TED Talk. Yeah. She goes, what do you mean? I said, what's TED Talk? She said, well, TED Talk is when you speak on a stage, and then they do the video and they put it on YouTube, and then people can watch it. I said, there you go. We're way more than TED Talk. so I don't have to say anything. So my point is, when you have an idea that can help people, just go all out and help people. Along the way, you'll have naysayers. Like when I started, one lady told me, before anybody spoke on my stage, I probably talked to 30 people, 40 people. The one lady told me, this would never work, Eric. I said, really? I said, why not? She said, well, you see, speakers, they want to get paid to speak, right? They want to be keynote speakers. So nobody will actually pay you for that. But I mean, it's a neat idea, but it probably won't work. I'm like, well, thank you for your feedback. And I said it with a smile, because I know that most people always think great ideas are foolish, right? Jeff Bezos told someone about his idea, and when he was looking for people to invest in him, and the person said, "An online mall? Come on, who's going to sit at a computer all day buying stuff from an online mall? They can just go to the mall." That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. And it made him the richest man in the world, right? So hey, if you believe in something, stick around people that believe in you, and you'll go far.
Yeah, I say that the most brilliant minds can take an idea and add something to it, right? We're already doing commerce. We're already buying things, but now we just click one button, right? How many of you have ordered from Amazon in the past week, or even in the past month, or even in the past year? I could say probably 99% of us at some point have ordered something on Amazon just because it wasn't available, it was rainy outside, or it was cheaper on Amazon. Who knows? But I love that you said that.
Yeah, every week. And the interesting thing about it is the guy, a good friend of mine, Mo, was telling me about Amazon. And I said, I'll never join that. I was like, I don't need that. I actually enjoy going to the store and stuff like that. He said, oh, okay. Guess what? I use Amazon every week, every single week, me and my family. So again, I was like a naysayer myself, right? There's people out there, right? It's okay. But you just have to believe in what you're doing. If you believe in yourself, and you believe in what you're doing, and you don't quit, you can't fail. You can't fail. But people, either they don't believe in themselves, they don't believe in their offer, or they quit too soon. Ooh, did someone get that? I need to write that down.
That was fire. That was fire. I was just going to say, if you're watching this, go watch this again. Replay that last little diatribe right there. That was fire. You got to believe in yourself. Yeah. Stop asking look who you're asking advice from. Is it your broke Uncle Larry sitting on the sofa eating bonbons? And if you're Uncle Larry, I greatly apologize. But what I'm saying is talk to people who are higher, further along than you are. Yeah. My mentor always says this Chinese proverb, and he says, if you want to know the road ahead, ask the people coming back. If you want to know how to be successful in coaching, talk to people who've already had success. Don't talk to your barber who heard about success. He read about success. Someone told him a story of success. Go to the person who's actually done the thing. Yeah. And I love that you really talked about how to handle those naysayers, because it's those naysayers. We could have 100 people that think our idea is great. We think it's awesome, but it's that one person that we will replay that over and over and over again that puts that doubt in our mind.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why you have to surround yourself with the right people. One thing I do is I guard my space. I don't have negative friends, because I don't even talk to them anymore. I don't even have negative family members that I talk to. Like, it's not like I don't talk to them, but I limit my association with a negative family member, right? So you have to guard your space, and you make sure you're not sharing your ideas, your dreams with someone that's going to kill your dream by discouraging you, right? You do not want to share your idea with someone that's going to kill your dream. And a lot of times that's what we do. And we're asking too many people, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? It doesn't matter what they think. Just do it.
Just do it, and you'll figure it out along the way. If it's truly that divine download, a road will magically be opened up for you. I knew who my first 3 guest speakers would be. Beyond that, I thought, okay, after that, I guess it's done. It's over. That was quick. It wasn't too painful. And then guess what? People started to reach out to me. Now I'm able to have people like, yourself and so many incredible speakers that I've been able to showcase and learn from, and really allow them to have this platform so that maybe it's just a little platform to them, but maybe it's the biggest platform they've ever been on. I don't really know. But one day you hear me now, all of you, on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook. You watch, one day this will be a worldwide Wealthy Wednesday. Okay, you heard it right here.
I believe it 100%. It will be.
Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate you. I always have so much fun. I think that's the thing that people forget. We get so focused on what we're doing. We get so serious and we get so focused that we forget to have fun. If this isn't fun, I don't want to do it.
Yes, exactly. And if it's not fun, you will end up quitting, because the obstacles will stop you, right? There are obstacles in every business. And if you have a business where you don't enjoy it, those obstacles will knock you out of the game. But if you enjoy it, oh, you won't even understand. You won't even see the obstacles. You just keep going every day if you enjoy it.
That's right. And just realize there are going to be people who are going to root against you. I don't know why. And they're the ones that show up. They're probably the ones that are making the most comments. Why are you late? And why are you having this guy on there? And who do you think you are? Listen, who is it? Grant Cardone says any attention is good attention. So if they are shouting you out for whatever reason, you don't know who they're going to showcase you to, that someone's going to say, oh my gosh, I've been searching for that person. They're the ones that will solve my situation. Yes. So I don't know where this hour is gone, boy. This has just gone by so fast.
Yeah, I was going to say something real quick. I was on Alex Hormozi's. He launched a book a couple of days ago, and he had about 1 million people. Like, he broke the world record, right? And I looked at the comments, and there are so many negative comments. So So all these negative people were part of the million that made him become a world renowned. Well, get that award of, Guinness Book of World Records was there. So you're gonna have haters. The haters even came to help him launch it. Even the haters were there, So.
Oh my gosh. And then you have people who are just so adorable. Like, I gotta highlight this comment for a second here. Jay, don't hurt Leah's feelings, bro. That's right. Jay, you got my back. I know you got my back. Right? That's okay. I can handle it myself, but I appreciate you so much. Just have fun with it. Take that with a grain of salt. If your heart's in the right place, then you are going to find your way. It may not happen just like that. It may take some little twists and turns. It may look like there is nobody listening. Listen, I've been on my event where there is nobody. Okay, there's not one comment, not one person shows up, but I still come with the same energy, the same enthusiasm. Why? Because in my mind, I'm talking to the world. Yeah. See, I think that is the biggest mistake that people make, is they think that these guest speakers opportunity or whatever platform they have, they think they're just talking to a tiny audience, but you have to project as though you already are where you think that you're going, where you believe that you're going, where you intend to go.
Exactly.
Good stuff. Well, you made some old friends and some new friends. I know people are going to want to reach out to you. They're going to want to connect with you. They're going to want to know about this speaker event. What's it called? Studio Speaking?
Studiospeaking.com.
Studiospeaking.com. Yes. Yeah. And then you had something you were going to share with people. Do you have like an ebook? Something?
I do. I'll ask Coral to put it in the chat, or if you can put it in the chat. For some reason, I'm not able to here, but anyway, I wrote an ebook. It took me 4 months to write it, and basically, this ebook, I wrote 100 ways to promote your business to help you get clients, sales, leads, all of that. 100 ways. Many of them I've used myself. So if you go to successwitheric.com, and Eric is ERIC. successwitheric.com/100, which is the number 100. Okay. So if you guys can help me put it in there, successwitheric.com/100. Download it's absolutely free, but there's a wealth of information in that book. I've gotten hundreds and hundreds of comments about how that book has helped them. So you can grab that for free.
I love that. And, share with us, if you would, in this last couple of minutes, you've done so much, you've accomplished so much, you've helped so many people. What can we expect to see from you in the next year or so?
Okay, well, you can expect to see some incredible events. We have an event, Be Unstoppable 2025 on October 20th. Write that down. We're going to start promoting. We have some incredible speakers. Oh my goodness. World-renowned speakers. We even have a guy from the Harlem Globetrotters, if anybody remembers them. So I guess he's going to be doing some tricks. But anyway, we have some incredible speakers. So connect with me on LinkedIn, okay, Eric F. King. So when it does come out, the register is free, right? Free to attend. I'm going to be doing that. I'm also going to be coming out with a book that's going to help more people with their visibility. So what you've heard today is just an hour's worth, but I have a whole book that you're going to get and some other things. So that's coming out soon too.
That's great. Tell us about that free ebook again, because I think that's brilliant. If you are an entrepreneur, solopreneur, business owner, or you are aspiring to be. I think everyone needs to download that free ebook, 100 Ways to Build Your Business. So talk about that again really quick.
Yes. So there are certain things that I can tell you to do, and for some reason you can't do it. Right? So if I give you 5 things, maybe you can do 1 or 2. But when I give you 100, you will find at least 5 to 10 things that you can do and implement today. Right. So I talked about showing up on video. I talked about speaking on other people's stages. I talked about networking and collaboration. Right. That's 3. You got 97 more. So that's why you want to pick up that ebook, because there's just a lot of information. I really should be selling it. I really should be selling. Like I'm probably going to start selling it, but for now, it's free for the people that get it now.
And I will tell you that ebook is packed with golden nuggets, packed with gold bars. I'm actually requiring my team to download it, and we're going to go through that and start talking about those collaborations with the things that we can implement today to take our business to another level. I mean, how many people are doing that for you? Eric doesn't even know all of you, and he's giving his whole heart to you. He's giving you his trade secrets, his 100 ways to build your business. Some of them may be cost, right? May take a little bit of an investment, but there's probably many of them that you can do right now today that are free. And you know, that's my favorite, one of my favorite F words, right? Free is one of my favorite F words. And we can all do that. So there's no excuses here. There's no excuses. It's a no excuse mentality. So I love it. Well, you have just brought the fire, which I knew you would. Thank you so much, Eric. And I'm just honored to be a part of your collaborations. I don't know what I did to be so blessed to be invited to be to your stage, but I never take it for granted. No matter what, if there's any possible way, I show up, because it's my commitment to you and my commitment to all of your incredible audience. They show up. They're so incredible. And you know what? We don't have any haters there. That's what I love about your event. Everybody's wonderful, positive. They're all looking to lift each other up, and they add so much value.
Yes. And thank you for showing up. Like, I know a lot of people in the financial industry, right? But no one like you. Right. I chose you for a reason, and we appreciate everything that you provide and share with us every week.
And I know your connections. I know you know a lot of people in the financial industry. Some of them are my personal mentors. And so it's like, oh my goodness. But you know what? I was already ready. There was no question. There was no question.
Exactly.
Because I've been talking to myself in the shower. I've been giving speeches on the road. And so and you are ready to take your speaker to the next level, and you want an opportunity, you've got Eric F. Keene right here with an incredible speaking opportunity. And also reach out to me. I'm always hosting Wealthy Wednesdays. I'm always looking for guest speakers. And one question I want to ask you really quick, as part of your prerequisites, do they need to have a certain amount of audience? That was one question I wanted to know.
No, you don't actually. You don't. Why? Because we do Facebook ads. That's one of the ways we market. So we're gonna get people there. So no, there is no prerequisite for that.
Wow. Okay, that is great to know. Well, thank you so much, Eric. And I'm going to see you on Motivation Monday. If you guys are not there, you got to be there or be square. We are there every single Monday at 4 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Eastern. I'd love to see some of my California people. I'd love to see some of my Pacific time zones there, because I'm getting up early.
See, that's a challenge. Who can do it from California? That's a challenge.
There you go. Let's see you at the 4 a.m. club. I want to see who's my 4 a.m. club. Well, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for your time, Eric. This was so much fun. I always enjoy my time with you. And you know what? If you're here, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a solopreneur, it's because you are the one in your family. That's truly my belief. You're the one in your family that's supposed to change your last name forever. You're the one that's supposed to build your legacy and create generational wealth and make this family dynasty. And maybe that means for you that you're the first one in your family to be debt free. Maybe that means you're the first one in your family to go to college or send your kids to college. Maybe it means you're the first one in your family to buy a house. I don't know what that means to you, but I know this, that you're here for a reason. You're here because you're supposed to flip the script of your family and go from generational poverty into generational prosperity. It is our opportunity. Listen, we shouldn't have a success, and then when we're gone, that success goes with us. We need to transfer our wealth, our intellectual property, so that every generation goes better than the next generation. Our children should do better than us. But if they have to start over again, if they got to figure out how to design the wheel, then what do? We just built something for it to leave. We have to flip the script and create that generational prosperity, and you are the one in your family. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the comments. I appreciate all the comments. And join us next week. We're here every single Wednesday for Wealthy Wednesday. And remember, this is 2025. It is your year to rise up and thrive and make it the best year of your life. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Introducing Leah Garcia's Wall of Wealth, the ultimate one-page financial plan to protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth with confidence. Whether you're a business owner or just starting your financial journey, this step-by-step guide gives you the tools to create a solid foundation for long-term success. Don't wait to transform your money mind shift. Download your free copy today at leahgarcia.io and start building your wall of wealth now.